Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so we'll start with 7.13. So knowledge of the absolute, that is chapter 7. So 13 to 19 is about surrendering to Lord Krishna. Okay. Surrendering to Lord Krishna. So the previous section, Lord Krishna explained about his superior spiritual and inferior material energies, and also explained how he himself is distinct from these two energies. And in this section, Krishna will now explain the importance of taking a shelter along with those who do and do not seek his shelter. Okay, like 4 kind of people who surrender to Krishna and 4 kind of people who doesn't surrender to Krishna. All that Krishna explains. And knowledge about Krishna lead to surrender to Krishna. That leads to liberation. Okay, so why do people not realize Krishna? That is given in the 7.13 sloka. Tribirgunamayir bhaver ebe sarvam idam jagat mohidam nabijanati mam edya paramavyayam. Deluded by the 3 modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. Okay, so Krishna is above the 3 modes. That's why he's called transcendental. And because people are in delusion in the 3 modes, they think they are this body and they don't know about anything about the Lord, right? So they identify themselves in that particular nation or society. And one forgets the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is beyond the modes. Do not understand that behind the material nature is Krishna. So how mode of goodness deludes us? It conditions by happiness and knowledge. So only when we are established in Krishna consciousness, we become truly liberated. 14th sloka, it's about by Krishna. It's a very important sloka, 14th sloka. Devi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratya Mami Vaye Prabhatyante Maya Edam Karantite. So Devi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya. It's Krishna's energy. Okay. This divine energy of mind consisting of the 3 modes of material nature is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Like for example, you go to the friend's house and there's a new dog. The dog barks at you. But then when the master comes out, that's your friend comes out, and the dog identifies you as the friend of the master, then he don't bark at you. Next time you go, he shakes his tail. He knows you are the friend of the master. Similarly, when you surrender to Krishna, when you do devotional service to Krishna, Maya, it is Krishna's energy, identifies you as his master's friend. So Maya won't attack you. But still a devotee to be care of Maya. So what are the 2 types of Maya, you know? 2 types of Maya.
Yoga Maya and Mahamaya.
Yoga Maya and Mahamaya.
Maya and Mahamaya. So what is the difference? Difference between Yoga Maya and Mahamaya? Okay,
Yoga
we'll
Maya
take
is Mataji.
Difference
Yes,
between
Mataji.
Yoga Maya and Mahamaya.
Yes, Mataji. Yoga Maya is the superior nature of the Lord and Mahamaya is the inferior nature of the Lord, which consists of the 3 modes of material nature.
Okay, so that is one difference. So Mahamaya is the external energy of the Lord, or in the sense the material nature, and internal potency is the Yoga Maya. Yes, Kanjan Madhuri, what is another difference?
Mataji, Yoga Maya is Srimati Radharani, directly serving Srimati
Yoga
Radharani.
Maya is not Radharani. Radharani is the Hladini Shakti. In the Yoga Maya, different types of Yoga Maya is there, or the internal energy of the Lord. There are different types of energy. One is the Yoga Maya. The another is the Hladini Shakti. She's the pleasure potency of the Lord. She's not Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is actually the Paurnamasi in Vrindavan. She is the one who is actually Yoga Maya. So many are getting confused. The energy, there are 2 types. There can be the Yoga Maya and also the Hladini Shakti. So Radharani is a pleasure potency, or she's not the internal energy actually, the Yoga Maya. Okay, so that's one thing. Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yoga Maya is responsible for controlling the energies of the Lord, like they're what to do, what not to do. And Mahamaya is like controlling all the activities of the Lord, like what is going to happen in Vrindavan, what is going to happen, all these things.
Mahamaya.
No, Mahamaya is like more what to say, like more of I won't say.
It's Yogamaya who's controlling in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan and all the devotees are being controlled by the Yogamaya. Mahamaya controls the material nature, the non-devotees. Okay. What else is the difference, Supriya Mataji? Is there any other difference? Yogamaya and Mahamaya.
Yogamaya, people who are under the control of Yogamaya takes us closer to the Supreme Lord, and one who are under the influence of Maya, they take us away from the Supreme Lord.
Very nicely. Yes, Mahamaya, she takes us away from Krishna and she acts on the non-devotees. And she makes them forget Krishna. But Yogamaya, yes, acts on the devotees. When Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill, when Krishna danced on Priya, Yogamaya covered pure devotees. So that is another example, difference. So actually, both are Krishna's energy. Okay, the Yogamaya and Mahamaya both are the same thing. Like when it comes to devotee, it is Maya. The same thing with coming to non-devotees, it becomes Mahamaya. Like the nail which is attached to your body, that's like Yogamaya, and the external part which comes out, that's like Mahamaya, the external energy, and Yogamaya is internal. Yes, so Mahamaya tests us before we go to Krishna. So here it's raining, so I'll have some network issues, so please forgive. So Mahamaya is actually tricking us because she's testing you whether you are sincere to go to Krishna. So what is the way to overcome that Maya? By surrendering to Krishna. So the Krishna says that. And Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Krishna Surya Sama Maya Hoya Antakaryaha Krishna Taha Nahi Maya Ra Atikara. So Krishna is like sun and Maya is like darkness. But the sun, there is no darkness. Okay. So material nature, even though it's the infinite energy of the Lord, it's ultimately, it works under the supreme will of the Lord. Okay, so that's divine energy of the Lord. Mama Maya, Krishna says, right? And conditioned souls are Nitya Baddhas. We can't help someone get liberated because we ourselves is tied up. So this is an analogy. It's a Bhakti Shastri question. Here it is said in the 14th sloka purport. A man is bound by the hands and the legs, okay? And he can't rescue himself. So can someone else who's tied up can help him? No. Only a liberated person can come, who's free. That is Krishna and his representative. Okay? Can only save us. So that's the only way to go overcome Maya is by surrendering to Krishna. So Prabhupada writes, although Brahma and Shiva are greatly elevated and almost on the level of Vishnu, it's not possible for such incarnation of Rajaguna and Tamaguna to release the conditioned soul from the clutches of Maya. So even Brahma and Shiva were under the influence of Maya. Can you give the example? When did Brahma and Lord Shiva come into Maya? Manasi?
Hare Krishna
Mataji, Mataji,
Yeah, let's have raised hands, please. Yes, Manasi.
yes, Mataji, Brahma was influenced by Maya when Saraswati was born, that he was so captured by her beauty. He married her, even though she was his daughter, and Shiva was captivated by Mohini's beauty.
That is Lord Shiva. Yes, Lord Shiva by Mohini. And Hemu Mataji says about Brahmami Mohan Leela. Yes, in Brahmami Mohan Leela also Lord Brahma got bewildered by Maya. So it says that tam eva viditvam. Freedom is possible only by understanding Krishna. Or Mukti Padadam Sarvesham Vishnu Revana Samshaya. There is no doubt that Vishnu is the deliverer of liberation for everyone. So we should surrender to Krishna. So the 15th sloka to 19th is about who surrenders to Krishna or not. The impious never surrender to Krishna and the pious people do. If surrendering to Krishna is the solution to all the problems, why don't people surrender to Krishna? Why don't people surrender to Krishna? Why is people not surrendering to Krishna?
Mataji, because they are under strong influence of illusion.
Yes, Prafula Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Why?
They don't know the relation with Krishna. And they are influenced by three modes
They
of
don't
nature and they
have a
don't know the relation. And those who are surrendered, they know the relation of Krishna with them. For
No,
that
why
they
don't they
surrender.
surrender first of all? Why are they not able to surrender? Is Lakshmi Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji, because they're under the influence of the three modes of material nature,
Yes,
and also
they are under the influence of.
with the ignorance of a
Okay.
mode of passion and
Yes,
ignorance. And
Yes.
also there are like another illusion of Maya, like so for which people do not are unable to realize that what is the best and is to surrender unto Krishna. So once we receive the knowledge and once we receive the knowledge, then we are able to take the shelter of Lord Krishna.
Gita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'll refer from the text from purport of Shloka 15. It says, the Mudas, who are those who are grossly foolish, like hard-working beasts of burden. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor by themselves and so do not want to be part with them for the supreme. The typical example of the beast of burden is the ass. Hare Krishna
Yes.
Mataji.
So that is one thing, the Mudas, because they want to enjoy the fruits of activities themselves. Maya, Brata Jnanam, the knowledge is being captured by illusion. They are Naredamas or low born and Asuras, or they are atheistic people. So they don't surrender to Krishna, right? And past karma, yes, because you have to do a lot of sukritis or punya to go to Krishna surrender. Otherwise, you won't go. So that's why people don't surrender. They atheistic people. They don't believe in God, so they don't surrender to Krishna. So one's ability to surrender to Krishna is based upon piety and knowledge. Okay. So next two slokas is about Dushkritinas and Sukridinas. You have to go through the purport. Prabhupada has given a big purport and you get nice examples there. You should also take examples from the Shastras. Okay. So I'll just see the sloka. We'll discuss it more. Miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are the lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. So the four kind of people who doesn't surrender, they are called Dushkritinas, and they are foolish, lowest among mankind, the knowledge is stolen by illusion, and they are atheistic. So you should give example for each of these categories. And you should also give examples for the four class of Sukritis. Chaturvita bhajante mam jana sukritina orjana artho jitnyasurar tarti jnani jabardarshapa. O best among Bharadas, four kind of Mayas men begin to render devotional service unto me, the distressed, desire of wealth, inquisitive, and who's searching for knowledge of the absolute. So you should give examples for four kinds of Dushkritis, Mudas, Naradamas, Maya, Bratasyanam, and Asuram. And you should also give example for Sukritis, Artho, Artati, Jnana, Jitnyasu. From Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ramayana, you can take. Okay. Then we'll come back soon. Just examples. Go through the purport, very nice purport by Srila Prabhupada. Go through that also. You might get some example. But you should tell, okay, the examples.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So let's start with room number 1. Deepali Mataji, Hemu Mataji, Madhu, Natasha Mataji. Yes. Ready? Room number
Yes,
1.
Mataji.
Yes, Natasha Mataji. Yeah.
So Mataji,
Example.
for the just a second, sorry. For the example of the Sukritnas, we said that for Artha there was Draupadi Maharani, and
Yeah. Yes.
because
Then?
she remembered, asked for Lord Krishna's help during the Vastra Haran.
Yeah.
For the Arthadi, we discussed Sugriv and Dhruva Maharaj.
Dhruv Maharaj, good. Yes.
For the Jignasu, we found only one example, Parikshit Maharaj.
Inquisitive, yes.
For Gnani, there are a number, Bhishma Pitama, Narad Muni, Prahlada.
Jnani.
Yeah. For Gnani.
Actually, these are neophyte devotees. They are Kanishta Adhikaris.
Okay,
So they
okay.
are all what you're giving examples of pure devotees like Prahlad.
Oh.
So such pure these are all 4 types of people who just come to Krishna for material things. Yes, Jnanis are exception, but still they are all Kanishta Adhikaris, neophytes. Okay, no problem. We'll go to room number 2. Lavanya Mataji, Lakshmi Maharshi, Sridhar Prabhu, Sumit Prabhu, and Vilas Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'll be representing from room number 2. So for in the categories of for distress, we have given Gajendra because he called out to the Lord. And
Just give
for wealth,
example. We don't have to explain.
okay,
Gajendra.
wealth seeker, we have given Dhruva Maharaj. Inquisitive, we have given Parikshit Maharaj, Sonakadi Rishi. And for Gyan, we have given Sukhdev Goswami, and we have also given this Ravan.
Goswami is a pure devotee, the parent of Radharani. This is Kanishta Adhikaris.
Okay, and for Dushkritish, we have for the first one, we are like Muras, we have given scientists, philosophers, atheists.
No. Mudas are not the scientists. Scientists are Maya Abhidhatyanam. They are the scientists.
Okay.
Mudas are is clearly explained here. Prabhupada have given
Common man.
Kriti Samaya Abhidhatjnana. They are the scientists, philosophers. They come under Maya Abhidhatjnana. Yes. Then
For Naradama, we have given Jagai Madai.
Jagai Madai, yes, Naradamas, yes.
And for demons, we have given like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, we have given
all the demons. Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Room number 3, Kanjan Mataji, Prafulla Mataji, Racheta Mataji, and Shubham Prabhu. Hare Krishna. This is the same example. Any other example other than which we discussed in room number 1 and 2? Nobody representing room number 3. Let's go to room number 4. Yes, room number 3. Hare Krishna. Racheta Mataji.
Mataji, we had discussed there are 4 types of Dushkritinas and Sukritinas. The one is the atheist, second is the scientist, and the scholarly
Come
people.
under which category? Dushkritinas. Which Dushkritina they are? Yes, the scientists, philosophers, they come under Maya Abhidhatjnana. Okay.
Then comes the atheist or the workaholics who don't believe in the Lord.
I'm telling example, Mataji. You have to give examples of.
Example for Dushkritinas are Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha.
Yeah, they are not example of Dushkrita. They are examples of Asuram, atheist. You didn't get the question. The question was, there are 4 types of Dushkritinas: Mudas, Maya Abhidhatjnana, Asuram, Naradama. So you should give example for each of these. Like that.
Okay, Mataji. Just give me a second.
Okay, yeah, correct. Then
comes as you said it that Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha comes under the Dushkritinas or the atheist. Then 1 second, Mataji.
Yes.
Sorry, Mataji, just a second.
We didn't discuss anything. Room number 3. Kanchan Mataji.
Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji, actually we discussed the same examples, which were given like Jagai Madai under
Yeah.
Maya Pratgyanas. We discussed about scholars who misinterpret the Gita in their own words without any parampara system. So those scholars also come under Maya Pratgyanas. So then we discussed about the same example was discussed about Sukritana, those who are sometimes distressed was inquisitive was Parikshit Maharaj. Mataji, same examples were discussed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4. So what about jnanis? Which example did you give us for jnanis? Okay, let's see from room number 4. Nobody has given example of jnanis.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Actually, we also had a similar doubt for Nani Mataji. We wrote down Shukadev Goswami. We were thinking about what will be the best, but since he is a pure devotee, we don't have anybody.
Okay, that's room number 4. Okay. So you got the same example, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, almost the same. The Mudas we have given as laborers and workers. Naradhama, Jagai Madai. Maya Apavrita Gnana, scientists and philosophers who mislead the common public. Asura Bhava Ashritaha will be Ravana, Hiranyakashipu.
Yes.
And Sukritinas is Artho is Gajendra in Gajendra Moksha episode. Wealth, seeker of wealth is Dhruva Maharaj. Inquisitive is Naimisharanya sages, Parikshit Maharaj. Gnanicha, still there is a doubt.
Now, Neha Mataji, you have an example? Anything to add? Neha Mataji, Sonia Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I got lost in the room.
No problem. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so the jnanis, see, these are the people who actually come to Krishna consciousness for some material desires. Who the but jnanis, they don't come for anything. They already know about Krishna. They just want to know more about him. So examples are the 4 Kumaras. The 4 Kumaras were jnanis in the beginning. So these are all. When you give the examples, we should know that these 4 kind of people, Artho, Jnasura, Artha, they are Kanishta Vikaris, they are neophyte devotees. Okay. Dhruva Maharaj is a pure devotee, but then initially he went for wealth. Okay, so 7.15 says the 4 types of Dushkritas, impious who never surrender to Krishna. Why intelligent, hardworking leader do not take this solution? They pose themselves as scientists and philosophers. Their Maya, Abhadrata Jnanam, their knowledge has been captured by Maya. They have no idea of God. They do not accept the plan or path of the Supreme Lord. They simply manufacture their own worldly plans. And the result of the plan is they complicate problems of material existence. And it addresses the unauthorized plans of the atheist and baffle the planning commission. And it has no independent authority. It works as a shadow moves in accordance with the movement of object. The atheist, due to the godless temperament, cannot know how the material energy works, nor can he know the plan of the Supreme Lord, like Hiranyakashipu and Ravana. So the 4 kinds of Dushkritinis are Tamam Dushkrita, Muda. Muda, Prabhupada gives example of the ass, right? Now, why do you think ass is considered as a Muda?
Because he walks whole day for a little bit of grass and to have some relation with his Shias.
Yes.
And
Hare Krishna Mataji, the ass does not really know why he is working day and night so hard.
Yes. Yes. So, and then just for some grass, and grass is available everywhere, right? And he carries lot of heavy load for the washerman, and he don't know why he's working. And as Mother said, yes, he gets kicked by the opposite sex during sense gratification. So that is also there. So they are like Mudas. So Dushkritinas are atheistic actually, who intelligence are bewildered and they don't surrender to Krishna. And they are fruity workers who want to enjoy the fruits of labor. So they don't want to give it to Krishna. So they don't surrender to Krishna. Just like an ass works hard for his master, but do not know for whom he is working so hard. For them, the destructible material gains are lives all in all. Although they enjoy a very small fraction of fruits of their labor, Mudas work hard but sleepless nights, no time for food. He suffers from ulcers and indigestion. Similarly, an ass is satisfied by filling his stomach. by a bundle of grass, sleeping and while under the fear of being eaten, and satisfying his sex appetite and the risk of being repeatedly kicked by the opposite party. They are called Mudas. Now, Naradamas, the lowest of mankind, Prabhupada give examples of Jagai Madai. They are uncivilized, and those who have regular principles of social, political, and religious life are civilized. And Naradamas are socially and politically developed, but no religious principles. Okay, there is no authority above him. Krishna is the supreme truth. And then whoever loses a chance of human life to revive their lost relationship falls in this category. Another example Prabhupada gives is a baby in the mother's womb promises to worship Krishna after his birth, but he forgets, and lost in Maya. So here, this Naradamas also can get liberated. How? You can raise a digital hand. How can these Naradamas get liberated? Or what is the only way they can get liberated, these Naradamas? You can learn it from the example of Jagai Madai. Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, like Jagai Madai, at the end, they surrender unto lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in this age, Kali Yuga, everybody is like
before
Jagai.
surrender to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what happened? Les Lakshmi Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji, it got raised by me.
Priya Mataji.
To make them realize that this material world is temporary, Mataji.
It's difficult. Naradamas, Jagai Madai was drunkards. It's
Like,
very difficult.
Mataji, they are so engrossed in this material thing, is they are enjoying this life in this material world when they know there is a life after this material.
Yes, Shubham Prabhu.
By the mercy of the devotees.
Pure devotees, like mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. How did Jagai Madai get delivered? Because of the mercy of not Krishna, because of the mercy of Balram, who's Nitai, or the spiritual master. He is spiritual master. You know the story of Jagai Madai. When Madai hit Nityananda Prabhu, it was bleeding, but still Nityananda Prabhu pleaded to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was not Krishna. Krishna was about to take the Sudarshan Chakra. And how they're drunkards, they're Naradamas. How do you go and tell them about life and things? They are not going to accept you. But then if they have a mercy of a pure devotee, like Nityananda Prabhu, who represents the Adi Guru, the Guru Tattva, the pure devotees, Vaishnavas, then with that mercy, they can get delivered. So that's the only way Naradamas can get delivered. If we go and preach to them, they won't listen to you. But how Nityananda Prabhu gave the mercy, because they are so compassionate that they got the Harina. Okay, that's the only way to deliver them. So it's the duty of the guardians of the children to revive dormant consciousness in them, and it's done by Varnashram sister and the terms from purification. 99% of Naradamas, because they lack the Varnashram system for purification. And all the education is made up of null and void. The mercy of the devotees. See, hope for Naradamas is mercy of devotees, like Jagai Madai, were delivered by Nityananda Prabhu. Vishnu, for pure, true devotees, that he sees everyone on the same platform. And recommendation of Lord Chaitanya for Naradamas is they can be delivered by submissive hearing process. So first they got mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, then start hearing. They refuse to give the oral reception to the message of Godhead, thus Naradamas neglect the prime duty of human being. Next is Maya Abhritajnana, whose knowledge is captured by illusion. That's the philosophers and scientists and all of them. Range of their knowledge is not only devoted to the material world. They are most very learned philosophers, literaries, poets, and everything, but they are misguided and disobey the Supreme Lord. Because they are so proud of their knowledge and everything, they don't want to come under somebody. Many mundane scholars of Bhagavad also fall into this category because they consider Lord as an ordinary human being, because they do not know that the blessed form of human life is designed after eternal and transient feature of the Supreme Lord. Next is Asuram, that's the atheistic people who are envious towards God. All the demons can the Supreme Lord can never descend to the material world. That's what they think, because they are unable to give tangible reason. Actually, if we can descend, why can't Krishna come? He subordinates the impersonal features. They are having all these arguments, but they don't know the supremacy of the Lord. They don't know the qualities and features and activities of the Lord. They don't believe in the Shastras. They also don't believe in the Sadhus, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Now, 4 kind of people who surrenders to Krishna are the neophyte devotees are Sukritis. Why? Because they are going to Krishna. Prabhupada's like, at least they're going to the temple or church and then praying, no? Not like the 4 kind of people who doesn't go. At least they're going because of some, we all were in all these categories, right? We were also arthas, distressed, arthati, well seekers, jnana, inquisitive. But jnanis, why among all the 4, jnanis are the best? Why Krishna says Jnanis are the best? Yes, Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, the Gyanis are the best because they're always have the urge to know more about Krishna. They want to know more about, they want to, so that by even when they, if they have little bit of knowledge of Krishna consciousness, they can try to come into the serve God, Lord.
Why? Ankita Mataji.
Mataji, because they have developed the taste for Krishna consciousness.
So
They don't want anything else, just the knowledge of Krishna. This, the love of Krishna is attracting them without any desire.
without any? Yes,
Without any desire for anything else.
Yes, without any desire. So Jnanis don't have any desire when they come to Krishna. See, Artho, they are distressed. Gajendra, Draupadi, they were distressed. Artharthi, well seekers like Dhruv Maharaj, yes, they wanted wealth. So that is also, they want something. Jitnyasu, inquisitive, they want to know. Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know more about Krishna. So it's like inquisitive. But then Jnanis, they are, they don't want to know, know anything. I mean, they don't have any other desire. They already know the knowledge about Krishna. They want to know about Krishna. That is not material desire. That's spiritual, no? Jnanis are the best. And Prabhupada says there's a chance that they become pure devotees, right? So it's like, yeah, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Yes. So that's how they are. Anya Abhilashita Shunyam means no other desire. Jnana Karma Dhanavridam Anukuleni Krishna Shinam Bhakti Ruttama. They do the best bhakti. They can become pure devotees. Artho Arthartho Jitnyasu, once the distress is over, once the corona was over, many joined the course. I still remember, like, my Zoom account was 1,000 and I could not enter the class to take the class because it was full, 1,000, it was 1K. And then my admins have to throw somebody out, remove, so that I can enter the class and take the class. So we used to have thousands of people coming for Bhagavad Gita level 1 course. But how many stayed now for level 5 Bhakti Shastri? Very few. No, because once their distress was over, once that corona things happened, means over, they just went back to normal life. What about Krishna? No? But only pious people, Sukriti, stayed because Krishna likes you or Krishna wants you to go back to him soon. That's why Krishna is holding you, not letting you go. But the others, it's not lost for them. Anyway, from next life, they can continue from where they stop. But most of the time, when they get something, they're gone. Artharthi, wealth seeker, they lost job because of corona. They got a new job. They chant Hare Krishna for a new job. They got a job. Wow, forget about Hare Krishna. That's what they do. They want something. The chance of them becoming pure devotees are very, very rare. Except Dhruv Maharaj. Why did Dhruv Maharaj become a pure devotee? Even though he went to have wealth, how come he became a pure devotee? Ranjan Mataji.
Mataji, first of all, the spiritual master was Narad Muniji, a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. And then another thing was when he saw Lord Krishna, he compared everything with just rocks. And because he compared Krishna with diamonds, because he was,
broken glass. Yeah, but then why did he change? That's my question. Supriya Mataji.
Because he realized, Mataji, whatever he was seeking didn't make any sense.
Yes, how did he realize it? You're right, he realized.
He was touched by the conch, the pious conch shell, Mataji.
Yes. So when the Lord appeared in form of Shanga Chakra Gadapatma, the 400 form, with the conch shell, the Lord touched Dhruv Maharaj's head with that conch shell. So by the touch of the Lord, Dhruv Maharaj became purified, how he became pure devotee. So he said, as Mataji said, I was looking for broken stone and I got a diamond. And he's like, Swamin Kritosmi Varam na yache. Krishna asked, what do you want? You ask anything from me? And he's like, I'm satisfied. I don't want anything. Varam na yache. I don't want anything from you. Because initially he went for wealth, but then by the touch of the Lord, by the sight, seeing the Lord, he got purified. So that's very rare. Jitnyasu inquisitive Parikshit Maharaj is already liberated soul, but then initially he was also just hearing about the Lord. By the end of the 7th day, what did Parikshit Maharaj say to Shurudeva Goswami about his death? Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, after hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam for continuous 7 days, he said, I have no regret for death. So he was completely liberated, and he wanted to go back. He went back to Godhead, because he was completely free from all desires. And he was
Yeah, he was free, and Shri Goswami asked, what about your death? Are you afraid of the death? So Parikshit Maharaj is like, I was not born to be dead. In the sense, I'm spirit soul. So he was completely liberated by them. And Jnanis, for Kumaras, they became pure devotees just by smelling the tulsi at the lotus feet of Krishna. Jnanis. So there's every chance they don't want anything from Krishna. So they follow the devotional service for 4 reasons: interest, curiosity, or desire of knowledge. In due course, they associate with pure devotees and get purified and achieve pure devotional service. When they are free from all material desires, they become pure devotees. When they fully understand that material remuneration have nothing to do with spiritual improvement. So for them, devotional service is very difficult for miscreants because their lives are selfish, irregular with spiritual goals. But if by chance they come in contact with a pure devotee, they can also become pure devotees. Like these, we all were in this category, right? Artha, Jitnyasu. But then when we came in touch with pure devotee, like those books and purports and lectures, then started getting purified little by little. Because when you associate with gold, they start getting property of the gold or qualities of the gold similarly. Okay, so 17th sloka says, Tesham jnani nityayukta ega bhaktir vishishyate viyohi jnani no atyatam aham sacha mama priya. Mataji, did you post the attendance link? Honestly, you can post.
Yes,
Of
Mataji.
those, the one who is in full knowledge and is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best, for I am very dear to him and he is dear to me. Okay, Jnanis are the best. Why? Because while the first 3 categories of Sukritinis serve Krishna to fulfill their desire, Jnani serve Krishna wanting to know about him without material desires. So Jnani is the best. They don't have any material desires. And it is said, Bahunam Janmanamate Jnanavan Mam Pravatati. Those who are in Jnana can understand Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes, by searching after knowledge, one realizes that his self is different from his material body. And when further he comes to the knowledge of impersonal Brahman and Paramatma. When one is fully purified, he realizes his constitutional position to be the eternal. Although Krishna said Jnani is dear to him, Krishna loves all the post-Sukritinis because they approach Krishna. Okay, even though they have material desires, Krishna likes all of them. Udara sarva eva ye jnani tve atmaiva me matam ashika sahi yukatma mam evanuttamam dadim. All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, but he who's situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he's sure to attain me in the highest and most perfect goal. So once the jnanis know about Krishna, then what happens? They do devotional service and they become pure. So anyone who comes to the Lord for any purpose is called Mahatma or great souls. And devotees wanting some benefit out of devotional service are also accepted by the Lord because there is exchange of affection. And devotee in full knowledge is very dear to Krishna because his only purpose is to serve Krishna with love and devotion. And he cannot live a second without serving the Supreme Lord. Example given is like a fish. Before we were enjoying life without Krishna consciousness. But once the Krishna consciousness, do you feel without chanting, without hearing Bhagavatam, reading scriptures, you're like a fish out of water? In the sense, how much ever you give anything, the fish is not happy with water. Similarly, how much ever you give anything to the devotee, he's not happy. I'm having some network issue. So he cannot live without a second without serving the Lord, and Supreme Lord is very fond of his devotee and cannot be separate. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam to. Says devotees always live in the core of Krishna. Krishna lives in the heart of devotee. Devotees do not know anything else. Do not know anything else but them. So sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam to aham. Okay. So this sloka 19 will start next week. Or we'll do 19 and then 20 to 30 we'll do next week. There is only 30 slokas. Very important sloka. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam pravatyate vasudeva sarva iti samahatma sudurlabha. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to the cause of all cause, and that great soul is very rare. Sudurlabha. Durlabha means rare. Sudurlabha means very rare. So the rarity of pure devotee, is how long does a jnani takes to become qualified as a pure devotee? Krishna said in the previous slide, the jnani bhakta is fixed in him as the supreme goal and he attains him. But how long does it take? Krishna now describes how rare it is. Bahunam janmanam, right? So beginning of spiritual realization is when one is trying to give up one's attachment to materialism, and one can understand that there are activities in spiritual life also, which constitute devotional service. Thus, we become attached and surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Knowing that spiritual life is full of activities which is eternal, blissful, and not just impersonalism or voidism, material world is a perverted reflection of spiritual activities. Understanding the Supreme Lord as a cause of all cause, thus realizes a universal vision of Vasudeva. Realizes the dependence on Supreme Lord's mercy. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal of spiritual realization. Okay, it says, life is the center of all activities in the body of a living being and not the power to speak, see, or hear. Similarly, Lord Vasudeva is the prime entity in everything. Now all the powers lose all importance if not related to the Supreme Lord. Because Vasudeva is all pervading and everything is Vasudeva, the devotee surrenders in cold knowledge. Okay. Can you give some example of such Mahatmas? Some Mahatma Sudurlava, somebody who surrendered, and you say, can speak something about that devotee, whoever it is. Yes. Who's that?
Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj. Yes, Prahlad surrendered to Krishna because his guru like Arandans. Then
Sukadeva Swami.
But Prahlad is already a liberated soul.
Dhruva Maharaj.
Okay.
Gajendra
Maharaj, yes.
Gajendra
Gajendra is coming as a distressed, and he surrendered. Yes, he is Indradumna Maharaj. Yes, later on he surrendered.
What about Garuda?
Who?
Garuda.
Garuda is a pure devotee of Krishna. He already is a eternally liberated soul.
Arjuna.
Bali Maharaj.
Bali Maharaj.
Mataji, Bali Maharaj.
Bali Maharaj did Atmanivedam. Yes.
Arjuna also.
Sukadeva Goswami Mataji.
Hanuman.
Who?
Hanuman.
They are all pure devotees, Mataji. Garuda, Hanuman, you can't take them as somebody who surrendered after so many janmas. No.
What about
Arjuna Mataji?
Lakshman,
Janak Maharaj. Janak Maharaj.
Janaka, yeah, all that they are Mahajans. What about Srila Prabhupada? So Prabhupada is definitely he surrendered completely to Krishna.
Is he a Manjari?
And all the Guru Parampara.
Is Srila Prabhupada Manjari?
Prabhupada?
Yes, Mataji. Is he a Manjari?
Somebody asked Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada's Guru is a Manjari, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. His Guru Bhakti, all they are Manjaris. You eternally, and are you a Manjari? So Prabhupada's like, if you know who I am, you will faint. Means we'll get the shock to know who Prabhupada was. So we don't know. He didn't reveal his identity yet, but definitely he is an associate of the Lord. Otherwise, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Mora Senapati Nayak or Bhakta will come. So how was Prabhupada chosen to spread Krishna consciousness in the West? It's not easy to do it at the age of 70. So he's definitely, it is said, a Shakti Avesha Avatar or somebody who's been empowered by Krishna. We don't really know who eternally was. Definitely some Krishna. We don't know. Prabhupada never revealed who he was because Prabhupada didn't want a cheap publicity and all that. He was like that. Yes, Lakshmi Mataji.
I have 3 questions, Mataji. It might be irrelevant. One is that Sri Radharani's wife is also known as Vrindavaneshwari because Vrindavaneshwari, Vrinda means it means Tulsi, right? So why is Sri Radharani known as Vrindavaneshwari?
Why Radharani is known as Vrindavaneshwari? Okay. So Vrinda Devi is actually Tulsi Maharani, and she is the one who's actually arranging all the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. But then Tulsi Maharani is just a devotee of Krishna. And the topmost of devotee, the Hladri Shakti is Radharani. She is the queen of Vrindavan. She is the queen of Barsana. And Vrindavan actually past tense is surrounded around her and Krishna. So Tulsi Maharani is just a doorkeeper who sanctions us to go into Vrindavan, or she's Krishna Bhakti Pradidevi. But actually it's Radharani who's actually serving Krishna 24 hours a day. So it is her sanction which is required to enter into Vrindavan. So she's Vrindavaneshwari, she's the queen of Vrindavan, Krishna is the prince of Vrindavan. So that makes her as Vrindavaneshwari.
And Mataji, why do we always place Tulsi leaves?
Let's call that topic away because this is Bhagavad Gita class. I don't want to discuss about Radharani here. Because Namanishwar Prabhu says we should Bhagavad Gita, then we should complete the first 9 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, then go to the 10th canto. So let's keep all such topics away.
The question, Mataji, since we are discussing about the 4 types of devotees, so where do we lie? Out of the 4 kinds of devotees, so where do we lie?
Where do we lie?
Yeah, ones who are eagerly listening, hearing the Gita. So just an approximate
you should
idea.
analyze yourself. Do I want wealth from Krishna? Do I want to take away my distress? Do I want, am I inquisitive, or do I want to have knowledge about Krishna? So based on that, we fall into all these categories.
But most of us are very inquisitive about Krishna. That's why we have joined the level 5 class. So do we come under that?
Yeah, but see, they are all neophyte devotees. Okay, how can we compare ourselves with Gajendra, who's Indradumna Maharaj, Draupadi? They're all exalted devotees, Dhruva. So Prabhupada, they are Kanishta Adhikaris. Actually, we don't come into that category also. We are sadhakas. We are even below that. Because at least for them, Krishna appeared. When we called, will Krishna come? They are chanting Shuddha Nam. We are in still Nama Aparat stage. So we don't come into Kanishta Adhikari stage also. It is said by another Vaishnava said that we are just sadhakas. We are trying to become devotee, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much. And Mata, about the Sadachar one, actually we still haven't received it.
Yeah, this Saturday I will discuss on that. So I'm contacting the admin Meenakshi Mataji to give me the attendance list so that we can give the certificate.
But this is a very interesting session. In fact, today's was a very interesting one. Discussing about the 4 types of devotees and non-devotees.
Yeah.
But Mataji, I had a question. When do we start talking about the Lord? To which sort of people? Because nobody likes to hear about even the name of
we distribute Krishna Prasad, we do Harinam, we don't talk philosophy to such people. No use talking philosophy to them. So that's why Nagara Sankirtan happens. We distribute Prabhupada's book because what Prabhupada says, what your 3 minutes talk will help. Give them a book of Srila Prabhupada. At least because they are Maya Pratatnanam, they might read one line or one sentence from Prabhupada's book and change. So that's Prabhupada's mercy on them that they get delivered. So definitely they will also get delivered, but it takes time. It's not easy, you know.
Because
they won't understand philosophy. So give them Krishna Prasad, give them Harinam, and tell them, let them hear the Harinam, and slowly by giving Prasadam, their consciousness will change. It will take time,
but most of us have simple tendencies actually. Even if we, like as you said, we try to do a bit of sadhana, we all have simple tendencies. How do we overcome?
Slowly it will go. Once we start chanting, then the simple tendencies will go. I think we can stop here. No more questions by anyone else.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, any other question? Hare Krishna. Okay, I think we can stop here. Mansha Kalpadrubasha, Patitana Bhavanita Vaishnava Namanamani, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai. Hare Krishna.